GameStop posts earnings results and misses estimates by 0.25 EPS. Wait, what? GameStop doesn't report earnings until March 26th, which is Tuesday of next week. I want to start today's video off with some BS article that just came out by MarketBeat that should not be acceptable. They are pushing a false narrative that GameStop has missed earnings as their headline, yet GameStop hasn't even reported earnings yet. We saw previously one time when AMC reported earnings that the earnings came out false alongside GameStop. And then yesterday we talked about social media influencers being fined $850,000 by FINRA for putting out false articles, biased opinions, and overall just fake news. So why can these article writers do the same thing but social media influencers can't? And who is paying them? What is going on, guys? Lottery Stocks here. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome to the channel if you're new. Today we have a ton of stuff to cover with AMC as well as GameStop, and I want to cover Apple, Tesla, SPY, Bitcoin, and a couple other plays towards the end of the video. So make sure to watch until the end. I'm going to keep it short, sweet, simple, to the point, and tell you where we're at with everything. All I ask in return is for you to hit the like button. It's free. It's a click of a button, and it helps me out. Without further ado, let's get into it. So GameStop is trading at $13.40, and I'm going to show you what I see in the charts because it's down 2% on the day, testing a major support level. And this is actually the bottom of the demand zone, and if we break below this, you have the next zone for GameStop being under $12.50, which I think earnings is going to break us right down into that zone. Not saying GameStop is going to miss and or beat earnings. However, based on the overall trend, based on the cycle that we're tracking, GameStop has two outcomes. It's either going to rip now over the next couple of days, which if we have an amazing earnings, that is very much a possibility. And if we have a bad earnings, this is what is going to happen. This is the bear case scenario if we play through another cycle because we know these stocks are held down. This is what I'm watching for GameStop. We're watching by April 10th, the latest, to break to touch 1250 and or be below 1250. And then early May, you're looking to test the bottom of this channel around $10.90. Retest the top, come down, make a low at $10 for GameStop before mooning higher, and that is the end of that cycle. As of right now, this is what we're tracking with GameStop. This is where it's looking like it's going. This is the only time, keep in mind, GameStop has traded this long out of the macro trend line, and if GameStop doesn't come down into this channel and instead bounces perfectly over the next 2 days, Monday or Tuesday, off of this channel at $12.50, that will also be a bounce off of the macro trend line, which will be extremely bullish. So this is where we're sitting with GameStop. Touching on the numbers real quick before AMC, 1,000 calls compared to 6,000 puts expiring in the money, and then 50,000, all of that premium going to market makers, 5,000 puts expiring out of the money as well. Short exempts died down, 8,000 to 4,000. Touching on AMC, we are seeing a very high short interest, 14.25%. So short interest is on the rise with 37.37 million shares shorted. We pay attention to that for the trend. Once again, calls to puts, we are losing 2,000 calls compared to 5,000 puts expiring in the money, with 47,000 calls expiring out of the money as well as 17,000 puts. As of right now, the next large option chain until they inflate a little bit more is 621 with over 110,000 call contracts and over 80,000 put contracts. Short exempts volume slowly creeping up as AMC is curling to the downside, but we are only seeing hammer candles. Here's what I see in the charts. We have two outcomes, and one of them, let me color it a different color for you guys. One of them means AMC is going to come down to about 365 and then shoot up and moon higher. This would be the same move aligned with GameStop. So AMC and GameStop are going to have a massive dip come after hours and or pre-market Monday, and then for the day Tuesday, right, which is when GameStop earnings hit, and then they're both going to have a massive rally. This is bull case scenario. Either way, I see them selling off. Bear case scenario, put through another cycle. AMC is coming down to $3.40, coming back up to retest $4.36 mid-May, and then June hitting a low of $3 before mooning higher. This would align with GameStop's bear cycle. As of right now, we hope for the best, of course, Monday and Tuesday for this move higher, but this is where we sit. AMC is trading in this channel, testing the bottom of it, about to break below, and essentially we are watching $4 and $3.65. Now the FICC has announced a new sponsored member of the GSD, BlackRock Circle Reserve Fund, sponsored by Citigroup, who is repeatedly experiencing money market failures, which Isn't that a coincidence? Moving on, 2024 has seen 1.403 trillion US Treasury settlement failures at the DTCC. We recently talked about this. There is a loophole with these FTDs where they don't have to pay any sort of fee, so they're just going to continue to stack up. However, if this loophole is ever closed, this could be a catastrophic event, and this number as of right now is building at the fastest rate that we have ever seen. Now, I want to talk about Apple. U.S. Justice Department is suing Apple, claiming iPhone monopoly in antitrust case. In the lawsuit with the DOJ and Apple, they referenced this comment by Tim Cook. He was asked whether Apple would fix iPhone to Android messaging, and instead he said, "Buy your mom an iPhone." Kind of showing that Apple doesn't care about this lawsuit, but not necessarily doesn't care, knows that there is nothing here for them to say and or do, and that the case that the U.S. has no merit. I want to know your thoughts in the comments down below. But here is where I see Apple. Apple bounced off of the fib right around 170 and is testing this supply zone up here. Got rejected on the weekly time frame, coming all the way back down. As of right now, volume is decreasing on the weekly time frame on this move higher, which tells me with this case, along with everything that's happening, Apple looks like it may break under 170, and if that happens, you're watching 161.70 on Apple for that next level down. However, if we break above the supply zone, watch 182.50. This brings me to my next point. Tesla on the weekly time frame broke under the 236 on the fib, came up and tested it, and now it is losing momentum, burning off steam. However, volume is decreasing on a sell-off, which shows a little bit of divergence here. As of right now on the weekly time frame, Tesla's down 2%, trading at 169.23. I still stand by my price target at 154, and if we get extremely bearish, 147. But just like back here, don't be surprised if we see a temporary bounce, in which case would take us up to around 182 and or 193. SPY gapped extremely high over the past couple of days. However, what I want to note is that since the 14th, this thing has been running out of steam, running out of momentum. Volume has been decreasing. There was slightly an uptick in volume on the gap higher, and then another decrease in volume yesterday and today, which shows a short-term bull case for the overall market, but eventually it's going to run out of steam, so just put it on your radar. Be aware of playing this. You don't want to play against the trend, but when the trend turns into your favor is when you want to jump in. Not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. Overall, I see SPY coming up to about 535, potentially before getting smacked extremely hard. Now, JP Morgan says Bitcoin is still overbought. Speaking of Bitcoin, I want to touch a little bit on Bitcoin because we broke back under 64. We're trading at 63,500, which we talked a little bit about yesterday, coming up and then scaling back down. Now, if Bitcoin ends up closing the day above 64, that is going to be bullish in my opinion. However, if we do not, I still see Bitcoin coming down to my first target around 59,000 to 60,000. If that price target is broken and Bitcoin falls below and does not hold, I'm watching 54,000 as my next price target for Bitcoin, and this is just a scoop buy because of the pre-halving retrace. Lululemon shares are down nearly 20% today after the company reported earnings as its guidance missed analyst expectations. Yet Lululemon got smacked hard, coming back down to this trend line right around 388.75, down 17%. This could be a potential bounce play. Just keep it on your radars. I have some levels drawn out right here, 419, then 461, then 515. Or if we break lower, you're looking at 360, then all the way down to 322.50. Nvidia continues to climb. Watch for a potential double top at 950. That is what I'm watching for Nvidia. And also, we haven't touched on this in quite a bit, but ELF, I put this on your radar a while ago, breaking above the 786, building a base, looking like it's going to climb back up to 220 to 222. Did you guys buy into this? What do you think about it in the comments down below? Overall, guys, enjoy the rest of your weekend. Make sure to have post notifications on for when I update you for the week ahead. Hopefully you've made some money this week, and if you haven't, get in the Discord. The link is right under the video. I'm in there on the daily. We talk stocks all day long. We are up on that Tesla trade that we took. Again, like I said, I am going to be taking more trades in my personal portfolio, and you will be able to see them as soon as I take them. Overall, we talk stocks and crypto in here. We have the best vibes. We talk with the most amazing people. If you want to become financially free, join. It's a coffee a month and you're grandfathered in at this price. The link is right under the video. You guys will not regret it. And if you want up to 15 free stocks, 8.1% APY on your uninvested cash with zero risk, download Moomoo using my link at the top of the description. Open an account and deposit even a penny from your bank account, guys. It takes 2 minutes. Deposit a penny. You want to make some free money, and if you've already done it, send my link to your family members. That is it. I love you all. Lottery Stocks out.